So teachers, as we begin to think about going back and maybe having to create some online lessons, I wanted to show you how you could use Google Meets to record these lessons. As you can see, I'm already on the Google Meets page. To get there, you can open a new tab, click on the Apps option, and choose Meets. This will then open Google Meets for you, and you can create a Google Meets. Click Join or Start Meeting, give it a name, and click Continue. Next, you might be prompted to either turn on your microphone and/or your video. To do that, it'll give a little icon at the top here asking you to allow or block. You'll want to choose Allow. Next, you want to make sure that you can see yourself in the screen, or whatever it is that you're showing is visible. If you're going to be going between a screen of you talking and then you showing the students something online, I'll show you how to do that next. So I'm going to choose Join Now. I'm going to click X on this because I'm not inviting anyone. It's just going to be me in here. Then on the bottom right corner, I'm going to click the drop down and choose Record Meeting. It's going to ask for consent. Click Accept. Wait a moment for it to begin recording. In the top left corner, you'll see it's red now, so that means it's recording whatever I'm saying or doing. So I could teach my lesson, or I could then switch over to a presentation which is on my computer. To do that, I'm going to choose Present Now, your entire screen. It's going to ask if this is what you want to share. You click on it and choose Share. It takes a moment for it to switch over, and now you are presenting. So if I open a new tab and I go to a website or anything else that I do on my computer, it is now being recorded for the students to see. So wherever I click or wherever I go, that's what the students will see. When I'm done and I'm ready to go back to just me, I click Stop Sharing. And I wait for it to stop sharing. I'm going to go back to my Google Meets icon. And also a quick little note is you always want to look for the red icon because that's the one that's live, and that's going to get you back to where you want to be. So when you go to Google Meets, here you are again teaching or showing students what you are talking to students, however it might be. And then when you're done, you simply click the three dots on the bottom right corner, choose Stop Recording, and stop recording again. It will stop recording your lesson, and then it will automatically store it inside of your Google Drive for you. So I'm going to open my Google Drive and show you how to find it. So here's my Google Drive. I'm going to scroll down and look for my folder that it is created automatically for me called Meet Recordings. So I did not create this. Google created it for me. When I double click, I'll see any recordings that I've done. The reason you don't see the one I just did with you is because it's still processing and it takes a couple of minutes. Once you're done and you see your video here, you can then share it. There's two ways that you can share it. The first way is to click on the link, and then you can choose to share using the Get Shareable link. From there, you'll want to make sure that you choose the right options on this drop-down. Restricted means only people that you've added specifically can see it. That's probably not a good choice. So click on the drop-down. You have two more choices. Wharton ISD means your students need to be logged in to their district account to access. And then the other option is anyone with the link. If you're not sharing anything private or anything that is copyrighted, you can choose anyone with the link, and then you don't have to worry about your students struggling with getting logged in. However, if you're sharing something private, such as textbooks that we purchased, you're sharing something online with them, or if you're sharing not personal information, but campus information, then you'll want to choose Wharton ISD. That will force the students to log in with their Wharton ISD account to view. That also means that not everybody can see it. You must have a district account to be able to access. So once you decide, click on the option you want. And then a second choice is the viewer options. This you probably will just leave as a default to viewer, but I wanted to let you know there are options for this that you can choose commenter or editor. I'm going to leave it as a viewer because that's all I need my students to do is watch the video, and then I'm going to copy the link. I can then paste that link anywhere. Another way of doing this is if you're using Google Classroom, go to Google Classroom, select your class, go to Classwork, and then choose Create, and then create whatever it is. If it's an assignment, choose an assignment. If this is just materials for your students to watch, maybe like a lecture type thing, then you might choose materials. I'm going to say this is an assignment. And then I can fill this out. You guys probably know how to do that already. If not, contact me. But to add your video, go to Add, Google Drive, and then that video will show up under your recents. If you don't see the video, you can go to My Drive and then dive down into wherever you have it saved. So this was on Google Meets, so I'm going to open Meets Recordings, and then I can select from there. Again, please note that my recording I just did with y'all has not been processed yet. It takes a few minutes. So I'm going to select an older one. I click Insert, and that video is now attached for my students. The final thing I want to show you is you can make a choice. So if this is a video that you want to make a copy for each student, you can do that. I don't think that's necessary with videos. More than likely, it's just view the file. And so then that would work. Fill out this assignment, give it to your students, and they will be able to view that video. So hopefully that helps out as we plan for the new year and gives you some ideas of how you can use Google Meets to help out with your recordings. Another way that I didn't mention is that you could set your device up so that you can see the projector behind you and what's projecting, and then you could teach that way as well.